So my neighbor just told me, I can't plant a 60-foot oak tree in my 6-foot garden bed. Apparently, that's unreasonable and will destroy the foundation. Who knew? Well, joke's on them because today I'm showing you 8 small trees that pack more visual punch than any giant tree ever could. And they'll fit in spaces so tiny you could literally hug the entire canopy. Welcome back to the Plant Studio, where we prove that size doesn't matter when it comes to creating garden magic. I'm here to show you that having a tiny yard doesn't mean you have to give up on your tree dreams. In fact, choosing the right small tree can transform even the most cramped spaces into something that looks professionally designed rather than accidentally small. Look, I understand the struggle. You've got a yard the size of a parking space, but your plant dreams are rainforest-sized. Maybe you're dealing with a narrow side yard that's basically a hallway with grass, a front yard dominated by your driveway, or that awkward corner where nothing seems to work. Here's what most people don't realize. The right small tree doesn't just fit your space, it transforms it into a focal point that draws the eye and creates the illusion of a much larger garden. Tree 1. Japanese Maple Acer palmatum. Let's start with the absolute queen of small yard trees, the Japanese maple. This tree is pure artistry in plant form. Most varieties stay under 15 feet tall and 12 feet wide, making them perfect for even the tiniest spaces. What makes Japanese maples extraordinary is their 4-season interest. In spring, you get delicate, colorful new foliage. Summer brings rich, textured leaves in colors ranging from deep red to bright green. Fall explodes with some of the most spectacular color changes you'll ever see. And winter reveals an elegant branching structure that's beautiful even when bare. The key to success with Japanese maples is understanding they prefer morning sun and afternoon shade, especially in hotter climates. They're also shallow-rooted, which means they won't compete aggressively with other plants nearby. Plant them where you can see them from inside your home. Trust me, you'll want to admire them year-round. Tree 2. Serviceberry Emelanchier species. If you want a tree that works overtime for your landscape, Serviceberry is your answer. These native North American trees typically reach 15 to 25 feet tall and 15 feet wide, but their upright growth habit means they don't take up much ground space. Serviceberry gives you white spring flowers that look like clouds of snow, edible purple berries in summer that birds absolutely love, and brilliant orange-red fall color that rivals any maple. What makes Serviceberry special for small yards is its adaptability. It tolerates a wide range of soil conditions and can handle both sun and partial shade. The berries are not only beautiful but edible. They taste like a cross between blueberries and apples. This tree literally feeds both your soul and your family, while providing habitat for local wildlife. Tree 3. Crepe Myrtle Lygerstromia indica. For those of you in warmer climates, crepe myrtle is a showstopper that brings tropical vibes to small spaces. Dwarf varieties stay under 10 feet tall and 8 feet wide, while still delivering those spectacular summer flower clusters that can last for months. The flowers come in colors ranging from pure white to deep burgundy, with every shade of pink and purple in between. But here's what most people don't know about crepe myrtles. Their bark is almost as beautiful as their flowers. As the tree matures, the bark exfoliates to reveal smooth, mottled trunks in shades of gray, brown, and cream. This means your tree looks gorgeous even in winter when it's dormant. Choose varieties specifically bred for your climate zone, and resist the urge to murder your crepe myrtle with excessive pruning. These trees have naturally beautiful forms that don't need heavy-handed shaping. Tree 4. Redbud Cercis canadensis. Redbud is the tree that announces spring has truly arrived. Before the leaves emerge, the entire tree covers itself in small, bright pink or purple flowers that appear directly on the branches and trunk. It's one of nature's most dramatic displays. Most redbuds reach 20 to 30 feet tall, but their vase-like shape means they don't spread much wider than 25 feet, and there are several dwarf cultivars that stay much smaller. The heart-shaped leaves that follow the flowers are beautiful in their own right, emerging with a reddish tint before turning to a rich green, then golden yellow in fall. Redbud is incredibly adaptable, growing well in everything from full sun to partial shade, and it's tolerant of various soil types. This is also one of the best trees for attracting early pollinators when other food sources are scarce. Tree 5. Dogwood Cornus Florida. Dogwood trees are the epitome of understated elegance. They typically grow 15 to 30 feet tall with a horizontal branching pattern that creates natural layers. It's like having living architecture in your yard. The spring flowers aren't actually flowers at all, but modified leaves called bracts that create those classic four-petaled white or pink displays we all love. What makes dogwood perfect for small yards is how it fills vertical space without overwhelming horizontal space. The layered branching creates natural rooms in your garden, and the tree provides excellent shade without being too dense. In fall, the leaves turn a rich burgundy red, and bright red berries provide food for birds. Dogwoods prefer morning sun and afternoon shade, making them perfect for planting on the east side of your home or under the canopy of larger trees. Tree 6. Hornbeam Carpinus caroliniana. If you're looking for a tree that provides structure and elegance without drama, American hornbeam is your perfect match. This native tree grows slowly to about 20 to 30 feet tall with a similar spread, but its dense, fine-textured foliage and smooth, muscle-like bark give it a sophisticated appearance that works in any setting. Hornbeam is incredibly tough and adaptable. It handles urban pollution, compacted soil, and both wet and dry conditions once established. The fall color is a consistent golden yellow, and the tree holds its leaves well into winter, providing extended seasonal interest. This is the tree for gardeners who want something beautiful but low maintenance. Hornbeam practically takes care of itself once established. Tree 7. Star magnolia. Magnolia stellata. For pure spring magic, nothing beats star magnolia. This compact tree rarely exceeds 15 feet tall and 12 feet wide, making it perfect for the smallest yards. In early spring, before the leaves appear, the entire tree covers itself in fragrant, star-shaped white or pink flowers that seem to glow in the landscape. Star magnolia blooms earlier than most other magnolias, often while there's still a chance of frost, but the flowers are surprisingly frost-tolerant. The oval leaves provide good summer texture, and the tree's naturally rounded form means it rarely needs pruning. Plant it where you can enjoy the fragrance near a patio, walkway, or bedroom window. This tree turns even the most modest yard into something that feels like a botanical garden. Tree 8. Crabapple malus species. Let's end with a tree that gives you the most bang for your buck, ornamental crabapple. Modern disease-resistant varieties stay between 8 to 20 feet tall, depending on the cultivar, and they provide more seasonal interest than almost any other small tree. Spring brings clouds of fragrant flowers in white, pink, or red. Summer offers attractive foliage and small, colorful fruits that persist into winter, providing food for birds and visual interest when everything else is dormant. The key with crabapples is choosing disease-resistant varieties to avoid the leaf spot and scab problems that plagued older cultivars. Look for varieties with good air circulation requirements, and plant them in full sun for the best flowering and disease resistance. The small fruits are not just ornamental, many are edible and make excellent jellies and preserves. Now that you've seen these 8 incredible options, let me share 3 secrets that will make any small tree look bigger and more impactful in your tiny yard. First, underplant your tree with low-growing perennials or ground covers instead of mulch. This creates layers and makes the space feel more garden-like rather than landscaped. Second, consider the container trick. Even if you're planting in the ground, use large decorative containers around the base filled with seasonal plants to create instant fullness and color. Third, strategic lighting can make any tree look twice as dramatic. A single uplight at the base creates incredible shadows and makes your tree a focal point even after dark. So there you have it, 8 trees that prove you don't need acres to create something absolutely stunning. Remember, in small spaces, every plant choice matters, so choose something that makes you smile every time you see it. Each of these trees brings something unique to the table. Japanese maple for artistic beauty, serviceberry for multi-season interest and wildlife value, crepe myrtle for summer-long color, red bud for spring drama, dogwood for architectural elegance, hornbeam for reliable structure, star magnolia for fragrant spring magic, and crabapple for year-round interest. The most important thing to remember is that small doesn't mean less impactful. Often, a well-chosen small tree creates more visual interest and better proportions than trying to squeeze a large tree into an inadequate space. Take time to consider your specific conditions, sun exposure, soil type, and climate zone, and choose the tree that will thrive in your particular situation. I'd love to see which tree you choose for your tiny yard. When you plant it, take a photo and share your small space success story. Until next time, remember that every great garden starts with a single plant, and yours is going to be beautiful.